Hello. This video is about a car that I just bought. It's a Lotus 23B continuation car. It's built by Xanthos. It uses the same, exactly the same chassis as the original 23Bs, and I believe it's built by Arch Motors in the UK. Let me just show you the car. So here it is. As you can see, there are a number of things that need to be done to this car, but the reason why I was very interested in purchasing it is that it's a runner. It runs and drives quite nicely. There's still a lot of work to do on it with respect to, if you have a look at the front clam, how it's raised in the front, and there's the wheel gap is very, very large. I believe those brackets underneath holding the front clam on are just a little bit too high. The electrics need some work to be done on it, but if we go around the car, we can see it's very much an open seater. It has Perspex surround, so when driving it, it's actually very pleasant. There's no wind buffeting at all. There's a little lip in front of the driver, so the air goes over him. And this is what it looks like from the back. Now these cars in the day, so this is a 1963, were basically giant killers. They had very small engines from 1 litre up to 1.5, I believe. They put a Lotus twin cam in there for the 23Bs and some of the other models. This one is a continuation, which is another way of saying it's a replica, but it has an authentic chassis. But that chassis has been modified to house a different engine. And the engine is a Honda 1.8. It's a B series engine, and it also it has a Jackson supercharger. What's interesting about this car is, this is what differentiates a 23 from a 23B, is that it's got wider tires, and also the transmission's a little bit different. You see here that it is right-hand drive, but the gear change mechanism's also on the right, whereas on the 23 it was in the middle. So they were, as I mentioned, giant killers in the day. They would, in the hands of competent drivers, they would handle so well and were so fast through any corner that they were faster than cars with much larger engines. It's an interesting read to read the sort of competitions that they went in. And I guess the most famous racing car driver that drove these cars was Jim Clark. You can see that there's lots of cosmetic things that need to be done, all in the fullness of time. I'll gradually work through it. But what I want to do, the car's now registered and insured, so I can actually start driving it. I just want to make sure that I'll bleed the brakes, bleed the clutch, change the engine oil. There's a nasty oil leak under the gearbox. I'll see what's up with that, see if what needs to be fixed. And there's a little bit of electrics that need to be done. But yeah, that's my new project car. Now I'll produce a video every now and again showing the progress. So I've got the clams open on the 23B. Let's just look at the front of the car. You can see here, over there we've got the electrics with relays and very simple fuse box. The wiring is very rudimentary, but very easy to follow. So replacing broken switches, like what I'm doing with the indicator here, indicator switch, is quite straightforward. You can see the pedal box down there. What's interesting is that the brake and clutch are floor mounted, whereas the gas pedal is top mounted. In front of that, we have the radiator. It's quite a modest size radiator with a little fan, but it's got a big shroud in it to push the air through. And you'll see the brake and clutch master cylinders. The large one on the left-hand side is the brake, and it's actually a remote reservoir. And if you look carefully at the brake pedal, you'll see there's the ability to change the bias between the front and rear. There are 2 master cylinders under there. And here is the steering rack. And you can see the suspension and the inside of the headlights and the wiring harness. Most of this is serviceable, it just needs to be cleaned up, and I'm in the process of cleaning the car before I start doing anything significant on it. What I hope to do is keep it drivable, but over time gradually just get rid of the rust, perhaps either powder coat or paint various components, and go from there. If we go back a bit, we'll see the battery. It's a very large, heavy battery. I will replace that with a lighter weight one, not necessarily a lithium one, but perhaps a PC 680 type battery, a small one. This car has virtually no electrical load to speak of, so a small one will be fine, and I'll just have a tender attachment on it. If we go around, we can see the dash. There's just a tacho in the middle. There's coolant temperature. There's a fuel gauge, which currently at the moment is reading in reverse, so empty is full and full is empty. It's good to know that. On the other side of the tacho is the oil pressure, and we've got a voltage gauge here just to make sure the charging circuit works. The key is combined with the light switch, which is an interesting concept, so I need to wire that in. At the moment there's a little toggle switch over there, just over there, which serves that purpose. I will just put it to the key because I just don't want to have this little toggle there. Moving to the back of the car, let's look at the seats. The seats are very small buckets. The harnesses are certainly aged out, and I'll be replacing them. I'll probably replace them with some Schroth ASM belts, as they're safer. I don't know what to do about the roll bar. I don't believe it's particularly safe, and a lot of the 23s have an individual roll bar for the driver with a integrated headrest, which I think will be way safer than this. I'll see about trying to find that, or find someone who can fab one up for me. The engine is, as you can see, is a Honda. It's a 1.8 litre B series engine coming out of, I think, an Acura GSX, and in the back here it has a Jackson Racing supercharger. So according to the spec, when new, this was making about 238 horsepower is what they claim. It certainly has torque. Obviously, having just driven it home, I didn't push it at all. It's a new car to me, and the power to weight ratio is phenomenal. The car apparently is around 1,100 pounds, so yeah, it should really go. There's a nice little coolant expansion tank down there, and the gearbox in the back is, I understand it is the casing is from a VW Beetle, I believe, but it's got Hewland gears inside it, and it's a 5-speed. And let's have a look at the shifter mechanism. I'll just move the door. So here's the shifter down here. So even though it's a right-hand drive car, the shifter is still on the right. Now, I'm used to driving right-hand drive cars, but in the US, I didn't really think about it. I just got in and drove and ended up on the right side of the road. It just seemed natural. So this is a fairly quick overview of the car. I'll show some video of me bringing the car home. Thanks very much, Frank. Bye.